Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 13. We are on the final stretch of the class, and we are about to really focus in on the persuasive speech. And with that, let's take a look at the assignments for this week. Now, this looks like a lot of stuff on this page, but first thing I want to say is that a lot of this is repetition. This is a new project for you and wanted to make sure that nobody misses any information. So a lot of repetition here. Repetition is good. It'll help you, I think, really absorb some of the concepts. So your first assignment for this week is to just review the speech instructions and the requirements for the speech. So there's a document here that's got those instructions. You've seen these before. There's a specific example of a persuasive speech. This is a template format you can copy to write your speech, and then there's the rubric for the persuasive speech. Take a look at that. Note that it's got quite a few points, and so if you do well on this speech, you can really rock your grade in this class. There are a couple things that are important here, even though some of this is review. Do watch this video on Monroe's motivated sequence, which is a particular pattern that is supported by a lot of research that claims it's very persuasive, so that's what you're going to use for this speech. And then a lecture on ethos, pathos, and logos. Those are also things that have been supported by communication research and proven to be effective in persuading people. Then we're going to move from understanding the speech to understanding the research. You started doing research in week 13, I assume, and this week you're going to evaluate the credibility of that research. Heaven knows there's lots of crap floating around the web, and you want to make sure, as a matter of ethics and as a matter of efficacy, that you are giving your audience the best research possible. So there's a form here that you're going to fill out, and you are going to put in the citation for the source that you have, and you are going to just write a few remarks about what's in the source and why you believe it's credible. And if you have any questions on this, you can ask a librarian for help in finding credible sources. You can also go to the the Western Learning Commons Zoom room and ask specific questions if you need help with citation or anything else. And there are also some documents here that will help you evaluate the credibility of sources, so take a look at those too. And then down here, if you need help with figuring out how to cite something, how to write out the MLA citation for something, there are several documents here that will help you with that. And as I said too, just visiting the Zoom room in the library will also yield the same types of information. So then we get to the second part of this assignment. That's to actually submit your source evaluation document. You're going to click right here to submit that. And then you're moving on to actually looking at a speech that uses Monroe's motivated sequence. So watch this speech right here, and then review this lecture on ethos, pathos, and logos again, and use this information to draft your own speech. And you're going to read about how to verbally introduce this great evidence that you have found. And then here are a few examples for smoothly incorporating evidence into your speech. So as you write your speech manuscript, you'll want to attend to these ideas. And then finally, you are going to write your speech. So here is a template that you can use to plug your information into, and that will ensure that you are writing the speech in the prescribed way. And a little more information here about length of the speech. And then we move on to finally posting your speech for peer review after you have written it. And this is a form that a couple of your classmates are going to fill out as they look at your speech. And these reviews are not due until week 14. But if you can go on to this discussion board and find 2 speeches that have already been posted, by all means, go ahead and get started this week with your reviews. And what you're going to do is you're going to open this document right here, fill it out, and then post it back to the discussion board as a reply to the speaker who gave the speech that you reviewed. And there's a final recommendation here. This is optional, but I really, really recommend it. It'll make a big difference in your grade. Get some additional feedback on your speech. In addition, your classmates are going to give you some good feedback, but also you might want to consider submitting it to Western's Online Writing Center, or you may want to drop into Western's Zoom room, share your screen with a communications specialist and say, hey, what do you think? And if you have any trouble coming up with some of the language requirements, like alliteration, for example, or antithesis, you can get help with those things by talking them out at the library Zoom room. So those are the assignments for the week. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will once again, just FYI, be trying to set up some small group communication sessions so that people who have not done that yet will have the opportunity to do so.